And it will be an I formation here for Brett Hertz, the senior quarterback for the Utan Chieftains. An I formation with Feist and Menacucci behind him. Expect to see plenty of this. Brylan Menacucci off the right side, a little ISO play, and he does a nice job. Moves the pile at the end of the play and picks up 6, almost 7 yards perhaps for the Chieftains along that defensive front. I see big 68 Quinn Butsky, a junior up there, and making the tackle. So call it 7 on first down and second down and short yardage to go. Hertz again under center, 4-man front, showing a blitz, and just a little hesitation from the linebacker that time. Heath Haberman might have got that Utan offense to flinch, and that's exactly what happened there. And it's going to be 5 yards back against the Chieftains.
False starter against Utan. Taking them back 5. Bringing up second down and 9.
So, what was a nice first down play is now second down and 9. Back at their own 21-yard line. Hertz under center. Purchell, the receiver, on the near side with Freeman on him. They want to look that way. They've got his step. Purchell is out there, and he makes the big catch. Chase Purchell trying to break away from Freeman, but Roy's still trying to wrangle him down. They're still fighting for yardage, and it's all the way down to the 20-yard line. A big pass play for Chase Purchell.
Purchell, Foreman on the tackle. Utan first down.
57 yards, 58 yards, we'll call it, on the pitch and catch there, and it's just a go route sometimes, but it worked to a charm that time for the Utan Chieftains, who outgained the Battle Creek Braves last week, I should say, in a battle of top 4 teams from last week. So the second straight week, the Utan opens with a top 4 team in Class C2. Now knocking on the door, 1st and 10 from the Centennial 20. Want a little trap play up the middle for Feist. He cannot break away from the initial surge. Good job there by Caleb Cass, the junior defensive lineman in there. He was the first guy there for the Bronco defense.
Very little gain. Second and 9.
Now, twin receivers to each side. That's Leahy and Purchell is in the slot to the left side. Menacucci and Smith out to the right side, and they'll go with just the simple handoff to Feist, and the big fella doesn't get much. That's a really nice job by the Centennial defensive line here early on. They haven't really surrendered any gaps up the middle. They've kind of collapsed down on that D-line, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 8 with actually about 6.5 minutes to go. I'll let the scoreboard catch up as we keep going. Tons of games on the Strive Network tonight. We're well over 20 games again this week for the network. So thanks to all the schools putting in the work to get everything ready to go. So here's a big 3rd and 8 for Utan from the Centennial 17. Need to get it right to the 10-yard line for that first down. Quick drop, throw it out to the left side. Leahy makes the catch and pulls it down right at the 10-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down, probably 1st and goal for Utan. Leahy does not come quietly in the night either. 6'7", 190. It'll be useful come basketball season. It's not too bad when you want to throw a slant pass either. And good job by Hertz to hit him on the quick hitter there. Last week, Hertz was 3 for 7, 32 yards passing and a touchdown. He's already well over that with that 57-yarder he had earlier this period. So you got to keep an eye on Purchell. Matched up on Freeman at the bottom of your screen. This is toss play to Menacucci. Slips off one, maneuvering his way and gets it down inside the 5. He's a slipper guy. He's not necessarily a big power back. He's going to run you over like Feist will, but Menacucci with the punt returns that he's had in his career, 10 of them for touchdown so far. He's just now a senior. He'll be slippery. It's a nice 1-2 combo. 2nd and goal from the 4 for Utan. Menacucci dots the I. Hertz under center. Feist is the fullback. The tight end Leahy on the left side of the offensive line. Long count, Minicucci. Left side on the ISO, stretching, got it, touchdown. Touchdown, Utan Chieftains. They're on the board first in this top 4 matchup. From 4 yards out, Cucci gets the score. And now what will surely be the important conversions to come up. Blake Hutton, a junior running back and linebacker, will line up for the extra point kick out of the hold of Griffin Hendricks, the sophomore quarterback. They're going to fake it right out of the gate. Hendricks running for his life, though. Escapes one and will not make the end zone, though. Wow, that was well done. Boy, Hendricks thought he was going to get away for just a second. Ryan Payne tracked him down, a freshman, but Hendricks almost got there but did not make it all the way. So 5:09 left in the first quarter. Utan 6, Centennial nothing. Broncos get it back again after this.
Trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today, so we need technicians that can work on them and understand how to work the computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.
Well, that was interesting. We'll get to Tony Chapman here in just a second. It was very interesting. Yeah, we'll get to Tony down there on the play, but that was an 80-yard drive. After the missed field goal, makes it 6-0 Utan. And this will be Royce Freeman catching it from his own 8-yard line. Looking to the left side, slips out. Another nice kickoff return. The second one so far in the game for the Centennial Broncos.
Nelson on the tackle. First down, Broncos.
Tony, a nice drive there and a good answer, you might say, for, can you hear me at all?
There we go.
A nice drive, good answer for Utan coming back out of that long drive by Centennial. We'll get you in just a second. This is Hirschfeld, and Jackson Hirschfeld looking to go the distance. He will in one play. Touchdown Centennial. It's 63 yards. Tony, did you get that? Sorry, folks, I was covering it up there. Hopefully you saw most of that, though. Hirschfeld on the go route on the near side, 64 yards. His third catch of the season for a touchdown already. And makes Ayler's fifth touchdown pass. Kick good. And it's 7-6, Centennial on top. Okay, well, while we've got you on the phone, Tony Chapman, fireworks here going off in Utica. I don't know if he can hear me right now.
There we go. Now, just barely, I can hear you.
Okay, suddenly we have fireworks going off in Utica.
Yeah, exactly. A great drive from Yutan to answer Centennial's open drive. Of course, Hurts hits personal on the big play there. That was 58 yards to set up Meninucci's 3-yard run, and then what an answer right there. Wyatt Ehlers to Jackson Hirschfeld. We might say that a few more times tonight, Eric.
Yeah, just maybe once or twice. What have you seen? I've liked the Centennial offensive line and defensive line play so far in this game. Obviously, we've got one score apiece, but it seems like the big boys from Centennial are doing their work right out of the gate.
Yeah, they've controlled the line of scrimmage both ways, but, Utan really did a good job on their drive as well. So this could be a game that, might turn into a shootout, but we might see the defenses settle in here now as we go through the rest of the first quarter and the rest of the first half.
Tony, we'll catch up with you here in just a little bit. Thanks a lot as we get ready for the ensuing kickoff. And it will come off the foot of Caleb Cast. Angles it to the near side. Purchell will track it down at about the 7-yard line. Chase on the sideline, though. He wiggles away from a couple, then runs right into a guy. That's good coverage there by Centennial. Great kick by Cast to put him down in the corner, and then a great coverage there by the unit as well. So about 4:44. We'll get the clock set correctly here just a second. 4:44 to go here in the opening half, actually in the opening quarter still, and it's 7-6. Centennial on top of Utan. Chieftains used the big 58-yard pass play to chase Purchell to open things up on their first possession last time they had it. Purchell is in a stack receiver with Leahy on the near side as Hertz goes under center with Feist in the backfield. And they will run an option play, and it's Purchell taking the pitch on the run, and boy, Centennial was ready for that one. Everybody was up. Royce Freeman, one of the first guys there, but well defended and well scouted by the Broncos there, and they drop Purchell for a loss of a couple on the play. So Hertz now goes under center with Menacucci back in the I formation. Receiver on each side. That's Purchell to the near side and Pierce to the far side. And they want the ISO play to the near tackle and coming inside out. Really well defended. Quinn Butsky, we've called that name a couple times so far. Really nicely done there as he kind of comes inside out and makes the tackle for the Broncos. And again, that big defensive line, some stout fellas up there. They eat well here in Utica. They're doing the work right now for the Broncos and forcing a 3rd and long. And now you're probably looking at, you could probably want to think about doubling Purchell. Of course, if you do that, though, you might leave a guy like Menacucci one-on-one with someone. Well, so I tell you what, Centennial's got everybody up in front in that box, maybe bringing some heat. They will bring it off the edge, and Purchell going to run a stop route near side. He comes back, makes the catch. It's going to be shy of a first down. And no hesitation from the far sideline. Coach Dan Krejcik going to bring out the punt unit for the Chieftains. And it will be Menacucci in punt formation, so you got to be wary. That's a guy that can run back there, just like throwing a quarterback back there that could throw it. You never know. Menacucci, an end-over-end kick. Freeman calls for fair catch. It kind of falls dead right at his own 45-yard line. So, good job by the Centennial defense. They get the stop on downs, get the punt, and now get the ball back. Last time it was one play, 64 yards and a touchdown to Jackson Hirschfeld from Wyatt Ehlers. They start this drive 55 yards away from Pater, leading 7-6 here in the opening period. Big thank you to Truck Center Companies, Cornerstone Bank, and Nova Fitness Equipment, proud sponsors on Strive Sports of our Game of the Week. If you would like an opportunity perhaps to advertise on the Game of the Week, 2,000 viewers last week for Kearney and Grand Island, get in contact with us. This is Avery, the fullback, on a little inside handoff on first down, and he has 5+ yards on the opening play of this drive and has it into Utan territory where Feist makes the tackle. Colton Feist, is a really unique guy. defensive and offensive lineman for his first 3 years of high school, two-time All-Stater on defensive line. In this three-man, sometimes four, sometimes five-man front, though, he understands that this year he might see a few more double teams than what he's seen in the past. So he's kind of prepared himself to maybe not quite have the numbers that he's had in the past, but, well, he's still ready for it. Coming near side, Hirschfeld cannot tiptoe. He made the catch, but he was out of bounds. Really, really good effort, and quick feet from Tony Chapman to get out of the way of that one. But Ehlers was under duress. There was a little blitz off the edge, off the near side. Purcell was there along with Jay Smith, the defensive end. And yes, I know the pass was incomplete. I got to catch up with my clock. But in any effect, pressure off the edge maybe made Ehlers throw that a little. The timing was a little off. Still, though, 3rd and 4 here as we get ready to go. And that is going to be a free 5 yards, and that will result in a first down. The defensive line up front jumping for the Chieftains, and the 5 yards will be enough for that first down. Hard to tell if that was even kind of a hard count. It looked like Ehlers was just kind of coming up to the line of scrimmage to maybe check the play even. And doesn't matter if you're a Bronco fan, it's a first down for the boys in blue. A little over 2 minutes to go in the opening period. Ehlers in the shotgun with Avery to his right. 2 receivers each way. Looking left, quick pass. It is caught. It's Haberman. Slips off a tackle. Down the far sideline and another. First down for the Broncos. Tackle made by Cole Egger, one of the linebackers for the Chieftains. But back-to-back first downs. One by penalty, one by pass for the Broncos.
Also plays a first down for the Broncos.
Max Tomez in the slot to the far side for Centennial. Ehlers looking to his right now, back to the left. Throws it down the sideline, and it's incomplete. Boy, that could have been close to an offensive pass interference. The receiver on the far side was Haberman, and as that pass kind of sailed over his head, he kind of seemed to give a more than a little nudge in the back to the defender that was on him, but no penalty flag resulted, so no harm, no foul. 2nd and 10 for the Broncos. Ehlers in the shotgun. Looking to his right now, wants a quarterback draw. Cannot get it. Well, he does get away from one, but he will not get away from Colton Feist. Drugs him down for just maybe one on the play. He got free for a moment. It looked like it might have taken off. But now it will be 3rd down and still plenty to go for the Bronco offensive unit. 3rd and a full 9 yards to go. Tell you, it is a beautiful night for high school football in the state of Nebraska this evening. My goodness. Official checking on something. Maybe one of the Centennial players getting a little tape work there. Tyler Perry, 6 foot 205 senior. Maybe getting a little help with the tape. Everything the official says looks okay. Doesn't have to come out of the game. So 3rd and 9.
Oh, I didn't see the corner on that.
On the play, here's Ehlers. Drops back, low pressure. Over the middle, incomplete. Royce Freeman thought maybe there was some contact. Bronco fans agree with Royce. The officials, they say no. 4th down, 9 to go. I don't think this is much of a choice here for Coach Evan Klinecki. This is you got a quarterback that can chuck it like Wyatt Ehlers. Well, you probably going to take your chances here with your offensive crew. See if you can get one of these guys breaking free. Got a 3 for 3 at the bottom of your screen. 3 defenders for 3 offensive receivers. Ehlers looking that way. Over the middle, and it's caught. Hirschfeld's got it. He's got a first down and down to the 10-yard line. From 4th and 9, Hirschfeld, he was the outside receiver, and the 2 inside guys kind of just cleared some space for him. And Hirschfeld settled down in that area just fine. Picks up the first down for the Broncos. So Going to be just outside the 10, so it's first and 10 from about 10.5 yards away. And the fullback, Prohaska, will come back into the ball game. Or maybe tailback. The big fella in the backfield. He's back in the ball game. Tell you what, Wyatt Ayler's not a small child either. There's some horses in the backfield here for the Broncos. Pardon the pun. Here is Prohaska coming near side at the 5. He's tripped up with a penalty flag coming down. Menikuchi came up from a safety spot to make the tackle.
Menikuchi on the tackle.
It's thrown in the general vicinity where we might see a hold. Holding, and saw the 3 fingers come up from the official, perhaps Jackson Hirschfeld, the guilty party there. But so instead of 2nd and 5, going to be first down again, but first down in about 15 or so as they'll move it back to the 15-yard line, just outside of it, actually.
First down and 15.
Ehlers wants his teammates to hustle up to the line of scrimmage on this first down play. Takes the snap, rolling to his left. Fires it back of the end zone. It was caught, but out of bounds. Jackson Hirschfeld came down with that thing, but out of bounds. Holy cow, and that is how we will end the first quarter of play. Well, that was fun. Let's do that 3 more times. 7-6 Centennial at the end of the first. We'll come back to Utica after this.
Yeah, I get it. For the little things. Technology's great. It makes things easier. It's faster. We can get things done wherever we go. And we get all that from our bank. It works for us. But for the bigger things, the things that really count, I still want to talk to the people I know and trust. That's why I'm here.
Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com. Thanks for joining us tonight on the Strive Sports Game of the Week. We are in Utica for Centennial and Utan, 2 top 4 teams in Class C2. The Broncos #1, Utan, despite a loss last week to Battle Creek, retaining that 4th ranking from the Omaha World Herald. Of course, Battle Creek ranked #2 in this week's poll, as they were last week. So we have got a 2nd down, and essentially it's 15 yards to go, because keep in mind that Centennial can get a first down without a touchdown by just a couple of inches, really.
Centennial choices selling raffle tickets until halftime for some great choices of meat.
Converted a 4th down earlier, 4th and 9 actually, earlier on this drive. Ehlers will be in the shotgun. He's got Hirschfeld all the way to the left, actually covered up by our scoreboard. And he's got Tomez in the slot with Freeman in the near side. Rolling to the left the whole way. Ehlers looking back to the right. There is Freeman. It is caught. Touchdown, Broncos. 15 yards on the pitch and catch. 2nd touchdown pass of the night for Wyatt Ehlers, the 1st catch of the night on the touchdown anyway for Royce Freeman. And the conversion on the way. The kick up, and that one is true. So good on the 2 extra points. Missed on a field goal, but that's okay. We won't hold it against the freshman. 14-6 at the end of the first, or as we begin this 2nd quarter of play. We'll see if we can't get Tony Chapman on the phone here in just a moment. Set it down to the sideline real quick, Tony Chapman. The fireworks are continuing for this Centennial team. It's September. The passing game is working, but hey, while it's working, let's ride it.
Yeah, Wyatt Ayler's now 6 for 11, 144 yards, the 2 touchdowns. That was a pretty throwback to Reese Freeman, I think, if I read my program right.
Foreman.
Foreman, I'm sorry.
Not Royce Freeman. We just discussed that up here in the booth, actually. That's the Oregon running back.
Yes, there you go.
Sorry,
there
Reese.
you go.
All right, the ensuing kickoff. Oh, go ahead, Tony. This is Purchell out across the 25 to about the 28-yard line. Tony, go ahead.
Yeah, really, Centennial's offense is working about as good as you can think it's going to work. Ayler's has done a nice job controlling this game. And you look at what Utan did defensively last week, and this is impressive. I mean, Battle Creek had 136 yards of total offense last week, and on 6 pass completions, Ayler's has 144. They've got 26 rushing on 7 carries, and Utan needs an answer right here.
Yep, this is a big drive here for the Chieftains. Tony, we'll come back to you in a little bit. Thanks a lot. And it will be Hertz under center with Menacucci and Feist in the backfield with him. And this will be a handoff. That's Bryland. He spins off a couple of guys, still powering his way forward, gets stood up near. Well, now the pile ends up moving forward at the very end, and Bryland actually never came all the way down to the ground, but picks up nice yardage on first down.
Good gain on the play.
And it will bring up second down and a short 2 to go for the Utan offense. Getting that ground game going is going to be critical for the rest of this game for Utan. Last week it was Feist, 20 carries for 90 yards against Battle Creek, and Menacucci, 11 carries for 98 yards. Each had a touchdown, but the conversions did not go the way of the Chieftains in that ball game. So, it was enough for a first down by all means. Excuse me, I missed my yardage there, and we get a penalty flag on the ensuing snap. And it's going to be against the Chieftains of Utan.
Ball start against Utan. 7 back 5. First down, 15.
So 1st and 15 from the 32-yard line. Purchell split all the way out to the left side. And you see this Centennial defense. It's a 4-4 look with that free safety just right up in the box. The free safety is Wyatt Ayler's, as Menacucci takes a carry off the left side for a couple of those 5 yards they just lost. It will be second down and about 11 yards to go.
Bowers on the tackle. Short game bringing up second down, 11.
I think the defensive linemen are having a hard time holding the ground. The Packers got a lot of track.
So Hertz under center, and it's second down and 11 with the I formation behind him. Tight end on the far side. Cucci, we say Cucci. We did a Camp Confidential video feature with the Chieftains a couple of weeks ago here on Strive Sports. A lot of fun to watch a kid like Bryland go through practice. We put a GoPro in his helmet and kind of just said, well, go play football. And that he did. And he, let me tell you, this is a kid that enjoys whatever he is about to be doing. He and the Chieftains with a 3rd and 7 here. Big play at this point in the game, the way Centennial's offense has gone up and down the field so far. Broncos show blitz off the edge. And Hertz will set up, lob it near side and out of bounds and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Preston Pierce. Pierce ran out of real estate trying to come to the near side to corral that one. So it's 4th down, 7 to go, and a punting time again for the Utan Chieftains.
4th down and 7.
So again, Minicucci is the deep man to punt, and it's Reese Foreman back to return for Centennial. Minicucci's kick off the side of his foot, however. It will land inbounds and be blown dead at about the 35-yard line. So only a 25-yard punt there for Minicucci. And again, good field position to start this drive for the Centennial Broncos. Utan's drives a Minicucci 4-yard touchdown run, then punt and punt the last 2 times in the ballgame. Centennial has driven the length of the field only to miss a field goal on their opening possession, and then they've gone 64-yard touchdown pass and a 15-yard touchdown pass. And this is a big run from the big fullback, Prohaska. 1st down, Broncos. They're on the move again. Bit of a stampede at this point. Centennial, tell you, that's a good-looking offensive line. And if we learned nothing in C2 last year from watching those big fellas from Wilbur Claytonia, it's that if you got an offensive line that is willing to put that work in and put their heads down and go, well, you can do just about anything behind it. You can throw the ball, you can run it like that. You got a kid like Prohaska. It's not a bad option either. Ayler's in the shotgun. Again, give it to Prohaska. Coming to the near side, looking for a seal block. Has the edge and tiptoes out of bounds. He picks up nice yardage again. He's going to be just shy of the 35-yard line. They'll mark him at the 36. Purchell was in on the tackle there. They've actually done a little switching on the Utan defense. Chase Purchell, normally playing as a corner, he has slid inside to a linebacker spot for the Chieftains. So the efficiency of the Centennial offense has forced the hand, if you will, of the Chieftain defense. Ayler sets up right, fires it over the middle. It is incomplete, right through the hands of Haberman, who was playing tight end on that snap. And he was open, but just could not secure the big mitts on the ball, and it will be 3rd and short here for the Centennial Broncos. Last drive on their way to the end zone converted 4th and 9 and 3rd and 8 on the same drive. This is 3rd and 2 with Hirschfeld and Foreman off to the left side. An I formation behind Ahlers. Now they'll step up and check the play from the sideline from the coaches. Haberman, the tight end, on the far side. Prohaska, the tailback, and it's just going to be Ahlers on the quarterback sneak off the right guard, and he's got enough for 1st down. Didn't need much. Got it all. 1st down, Broncos. And like Tony said, this is a really impressive effort from Centennial so far, knowing what Utan did to Battle Creek's offense last week. Just did a really nice job, did Utan, against the Braves, held them to 136 yards of total offense for the game. We got Ahlers over 140 yards passing in the first half. Prohaska again, cuts back in the middle. What a great drive from the offensive line of Centennial. The big fella's just doing work right now. That run goes inside the 25 and down to the 24-yard line. Cole Egger in on that stop, but that's 9 yards on 1st down on just an inside handoff. The big fella's in there. Tyler Perry, and let me get some other numbers out there. 78 is Carlton Bowers. 68, that's Butsky. We've called his name on defense a couple of times. 57 is Caleb Cast. Now a rollout pass for Ahlers. They give him chase. He gets rid of it just barely. Avoids the sack. Good job there. A little slap on the helmet. Everybody's good. Everybody's up. That's good sportsmanship. We like to see that, fellas. On those rollout passes, though, Utan has definitely had some edge pressure. and has not let Ehlers get that pass off cleanly. So now it's third and 2. Prohaska back in there. Ehlers, the quarterback. The fullback is Gavin Avery to the left. Give it to Prohaska, moving to the left behind Avery. He's got the first down as he gets it inside the 20 and down to about the 17-yard line. Again, a good-looking drive here and burning some clock now for Centennial. And this is the type of drive that, after you've hit a couple of touchdown passes, if you're an offense and you can come back and start to grind on some first downs and just kind of run right at a defense, defense doesn't know what to do. Do we kind of blitz and try to stack the box and fill some gaps a little quicker on defense, or then you leave yourself susceptible to play action? It's time honored. From the time Pop Warner said, we could throw the ball over their defensive line's head. This is Avery, by the way, off to the right side as he gets it inside the 10. Ever since Pop Warner said we could throw it over their head, the play-action pass has been a running game's best weapon. 4.5, maybe almost 5 yards on first down there. It's second and mid-range, just past the 7-minute mark of the first half. Centennial leading Utan 14-6. I apologize. I've put my score wrong up there before. Pulling a lot of duties here tonight. Running scoreboard, running Wirecast. Taking a timeout for Centennial. We will as well. When we come back, it is going to be 2nd and 5 for the Broncos.
The trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today, so we need technicians that can work on them and understand how to work the computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.
Back here for our Strive Sports Game of the Week. Big thank you to Truck Center Companies with offices all over the Midwest, really, but the main central hub in Omaha in the process of a big move to a beautiful new facility there in Omaha. So if you do any work on your Freightliners or trucks, Truck Center Companies and dieseltex.com, the place to go. This is 2nd and 5 for the Bronco offense with Ehlers in the shotgun. 2 running backs right next to him. He will hand it off to Prohaska, going to the right side. Tries to bounce off one. This is a good tackle actually coming up to make a stop. Purchell came up from a safety spot, but it's going to be real close, maybe just shy actually. Just shy of first down yardage. Nope, right at the stick. I will learn one of these days to kind of keep my mouth shut. Centennial missed a field goal, a 23-yard field goal, on their opening possession of the ball game. Man, a great drive down to the 5, couldn't quite punch it in, missed the field goal. Since then, it's been all touchdowns. They're looking for their 3rd of the first half here with 2 receivers to the left and Ehlers under center. Quarterback sneak on 1st and goal will net just 1, and now we've got a stoppage with a penalty flag coming in.
Stewart on the tackle.
Officials taking some time to sort out just what this is. A personal foul and a face mask against Utan. So it's going to be half the distance and first down again. And Utan now is going to take a timeout. Coach Dan Krychek wants to talk things over with his guys. A short break. We'll come right back on Strive Sports.
Yeah, I get it. For the little things. Technology's great. It makes things easier. It's faster. We can get things done wherever we go. And we get all that from our bank. It works for us. But for the bigger things, the things that really count, I still want to talk to the people I know and trust. That's why I'm here.
Back here in Utica for our Strive Sports Game of the Week. The Broncos knocking on the door again. It is 1st and goal now from about the 4-yard line after that personal foul on Yutan. They had a face mask called against them before that timeout. And now Prohaska comes in motion just left of center. They'll hand it off to Avery. Blitzed into the backfield, and down he goes. That's Colton Feist. There, folks, there's a reason this fella has been 2-time All-State as the defensive lineman. That play was supposed to go away from him. The offense isn't supposed to have to block the backside D-end unless his name is Colton Feist. Then you might want to at least get a chip on him because he's probably going to make that tackle. Great basketball player, too. The kid's got a lot of athletic, natural athletic ability. And it will bring up 2nd down and goal to go, and they will move it outside the 5. They will put it at the 6-yard line. Foreman and Hirschfeld to the left. Leahy and Tomes out to the right. They wants a slant, and it's Hirschfeld. He's got it for the touchdown. Second time they've hooked up. This time it's from 6 yards out. And just like that, it rains here in Utica. Boy, the sky has just opened up, and it's just a nice, well, I need to make sure my stuff isn't getting wet all of a sudden, and I'm in the press box. Might lose our crowd mic here in a little bit, folks. Kick from Cast is up, and it is good. So Centennial with a 21-6 lead. 6-yard pass to Hirschfeld from Ehlers. Second time they've hooked up tonight. It's the 3rd touchdown pass of the game for Wyatt Ehlers. Centennial 21, Utan 6. A soggy Utica is coming back. Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com. Purcell and Menicucci back deep for Utan, trying to get anything going here. The Chieftains will get the ball to start the second half, so needless to say, this is a huge end of the first half. If you're a Utan Chieftain, got to get something on the board on this next possession as the rain still falling here in Utica. Cast with a big kickoff to the far side. It'll be Purcell from about the 15. Looking for some blocks and slips down, and we get right away, we get an indication that it is fairly slippery out there suddenly on the field here in Utica. It's not a lot of rain, but boy, it's nice and steady right now. I don't think the camera is really picking it up. You can kind of sort of see a haze a little bit. Folks, I can tell you it's a lot more than a haze that is falling. People scrambling for cover at this point. And somewhere Tony Chapman should be bringing up somewhere he should be bringing up a digital camera for us. 5:18 officially left. I can't edit my score clock on my scoreboard right now. 5:18 officially on the scoreboard right now. We'll let that catch up here in just a second. Menicucci, well, a perfectly timed and executed blitz that time for Centennial. Tyler Perry, the middle linebacker, just came knifing right through there just at the perfect time on that play and didn't let Menicucci, who had a little seam, get anything going there. Picks up 2, though. It's 2nd and 8 here for the Chieftains. And again, a huge, huge drive. An opportunity, if you will, for Utan. Feist, the fullback. Minicucci, the tailback. Pierce, the receiver, near side. Purchell split out to the left of the offense. Showing blitz. Penalty flag down again. And we have a new quarterback for Utan, actually. It's Griffin Hendricks, the sophomore, who did come out and spell last week against Battle Creek. He came out and spelled Hertz. And it's encroachment against the defense, so 5 yards against Centennial. Last week, Hendricks was 4 for 8, just 23 yards passing, but at least 4 for 8, didn't give it up on defense. So that rain it's a beautiful rain falling right now here at Centennial. So second down, about 3 yards to go for the Chieftains. Hendricks rolls, looks left, fires it. It is caught. No, through the hands and incomplete. It was the second hit by Prohaska to pop it free. Purchell had it for just a moment, and then Chase Prohaska said, nah, I don't think so. Big time stick on the far side over there. That was really good coverage by Foreman, but Purchell shows you it doesn't show up in a big way, folks. He's not an explosive just run by everybody on the field every single time kind of receiver. But Chase Purchell is a guy that has incredible skills and works really diligently at all of these right now. And that very easily could have been one heck of a catch, but Prohaska said, no, sir. 3rd and 3 from the 32. Hendricks takes the snap. Little fullback trap, and Feist didn't make it. The defensive line doing work again. Tyler Perry from a middle linebacker spot was up there. Prohaska was there, and the big fellas, 78 Bowers, in on the tackle. It's nice to have a 5'11", 217 nose guard and an odd front. He can kind of submarine under a few blocks every now and then. 4th and 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if Utan wants to take a timeout here, and they are going to take a timeout and think things over, at least for a moment. So big-time play here. 4th and 1 is what it will be for Utan coming out of this timeout. And, you know, if you're an offensive lineman right now, you are absolutely loving the fact that there's a nice light rain falling. It's nice and cool. I don't have to worry about getting overheated. But the camera, the camera can't get wet, so the camera's got to come upstairs. Thank you, Tony. My paper that isn't even hanging outside is getting a little wet, though. So it's not a lot of rain, but it's, well, oh, there it goes. There goes my sheet right out the window as soon as I say that. Thank you. Hopefully it's okay right there. I don't know how to put that up there. That should be okay. Okay, so 4th and 1 as we are ready to go again here. Big play here for the Utan offense. If you're a Centennial, got to watch hard count, though, too. Hendricks will go under center. Everybody up on defense for Centennial. Broncos looking like they've got 10 guys within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage. And it's a quick hitter, and it's wide open, and it's going to go all the way. And it's a touchdown for Blake Hutton from 4th and 1, and he goes 66 yards for the score. Blake Hutton, 23, not Colton Feist, not Brylan Minicucci. Blake Hutton, one of his first carries of the year. What did Blake have last week? Blake last week had 3 carries for 3 yards, but he gets the quick hitter right through the middle of that defense. On 4th and 1, he goes 66 yards. What a big, huge play that was. And now a very important conversion attempt, and Utan again is going to take a timeout to talk about the conversion. This was the downfall last week against Battle Creek in a 14-12 loss. Same number of touchdowns, but only, no conversions good for Utan a week ago. They missed an extra point early in the game and missed a 2-point conversion, which I understand from Coach Krychek was an open receiver that was in the end zone. It was a good pass. It just couldn't be caught. Otherwise, they'd have been 14-14, probably heading to overtime with Battle Creek last week. So this is a big one, though. We have seen some fireworks in Utica. We have seen touchdowns, I should say, that have covered 64 yards, 15, 6, 4, and now 66-yard runs. And again, we still have a conversion on the way. Tony got a good picture, and he's done for the night now. One good one, that's all we needed. One good one of each team, perfect. So going for two, Hendricks under center, I formation behind him. Wants an option play. Hit in the backfield, he's not going to make it. Did he spin away? No, he spun away, but a knee went down, and so a stuff for the Centennial defense on the conversion. 3:46 to play officially here in the first half. 21-12, Centennial on top. Tony, we can both share this microphone, actually. We can share this microphone. Come here. All right. Yeah, just talk like this, back and forth. Come over here. I'm going to talk like this. And your thoughts on the answer. How about 4th and 1 from your own, inside your own 35, and Blake Hutton?
I think if you're Coach Krychek, you had to go for that one. I mean, this whole second quarter was going the wrong way. So if you're going to stay in this one, you got to try to at least keep that drive going. I think he'd have been happy if they had just kept the ball until halftime. So the score's a bonus. And a little Andy Janovich in that one, didn't they?
Yeah. The quick hitter. And I noticed Centennial, most of the night, even at I formation, they've had everybody up, not necessarily respecting the passing game, but that time it was almost like we blitzed everybody, and the one gap that wasn't covered was where Blake Hutton was.
And I think if you're playing Utan with the two quarterbacks that they've played and just not quite enough experience yet, that's probably the way you go. You're going to say, we're not going to let the two backs beat us. And unfortunately, that time they did. So a little disappointing there, but you're right. 10 guys in the box, almost 11 there, and they got through it.
So here's the kickoff for Utan. And Freeman lets it go by, and whoo, just barely. Foreman. It doesn't touch Reese, and it goes out of bounds. So those are two positives for Centennial. It could have been one negative, and that would have been really bad if Foreman would have touched that thing before it went out of bounds. That would have been down at the 1, basically, there for Centennial. But instead it goes out of bounds, so now an option, if you will, for the coaches. What do we do here? Do we take it right there? We're going to take it at the 35. That's the option. And so Centennial has scored on 3 straight possessions, and they lead 21-12. 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Hirschfeld and Foreman split to the right side. Menacucci, the free safety, playing about 15 yards off the ball for the Utan defense. Ehlers, quick look back to the left. Now he's scrambling. Leahy giving chase, gets away from one, gets a block down the sideline, steps out of bounds. Nicely done there, but a penalty flag is down right where one of the blocks was made, and that typically says one of those blocks was not legal. The tight end, actually, excuse me, I said Leahy. It's actually Haberman. The tight end for Centennial had a block that was kind of coming back towards Ehlers that time, and it might have been of the illegal variety. Doesn't really show up on camera, folks, but the rain, it seems, has stopped. If it's still coming down, it's a very, very scattered sprinkle at this point. But the point is that the field, again, tough to see on camera, but the field very shiny and very much wet, I guess we should say. So 1st and 20, they will move it back to the 25-yard line.
After the penalty, 1st and 20.
Had to switch to the camera, man. Here we go. Foreman, Hirschfeld out to the right. Haberman, the tight end, on the left. Split backs around the shotgun. Prohaska dragging guys to his right. Nearly picks up all of the yardage lost on the penalty, but it will be second down and about 12 with 3.5 minutes to go here. So second and 12 on the way. Centennial leading 21-12. Broncos have scored on 3 straight possessions, scored touchdowns, and gotten extra point kicks. Now 3 receivers, actually 4 receivers, 3 of them out to the right. Ehlers looking right the whole way, zips one, incomplete and almost intercepted for just a split second. Preston Pierce could not secure it, and it will be 3rd and 12. It was just over the outstretched arms of Jackson Hirschfeld, and Pierce very nearly, he needed a little more stick-em on the hands out there to be able to secure that one. Instead, 3rd and 12 for the Broncos. Haberman and Payne split to the near side. Hirschfeld and Foreman out to the right for the Bronco offense. 3rd and 12. Ehlers looking left the whole way. Wants the fade route just over the hands, though, of Haberman. He kind of looking around like, man, I didn't really have a chance at that one. And it's going to be 4th and 12. And Coach Evan Klinecki going to send out the punt unit for the Broncos. And that means Brylan Menacucci will get his first opportunity of the night at punt return. 10 career punt return touchdowns for the senior. And he's not done with his career. He's already got 10 in his career. The snap, good. Here comes the rush. The kick off the side, though, does take a hop. Menacucci will pick it up. He cannot get away from the defenders right in front of him, though, but it will be good field position here for the Chieftains. They will start it from their own 47-yard line with officially 2:38, so we'll get the score clock on our score right. So 2:38 to go. Utan, by the way, out of timeouts, and 2 timeouts remaining should they need them. We've got that updated. Should they need them for Centennial. That was the first punt of the night, of course, for Centennial. Here is Utan trying to answer. Last time they had it, 66-yard touchdown run from Brian Hatton. 3 receivers out to the left side. Hendricks under center, drops straight back, looking for a screen, and Feist does well. That was just really, really well defended by Centennial there. That was going to be difficult for anybody to make any sort of play on. Stops the clock with 2:30 to go, 2nd and 10. If there's any wind, and boy, there's not a lot of it, it's just barely at the back of Utan right now. So that's really not, wind not a factor. The wet field and perhaps wet ball definitely would be a little bit of an issue, though. 3 receivers, including Menacucci, out to the left side for Hendricks, the sophomore under center. Straight drop back, looking left, pressure, fires it away, and we've got a lot of contact, and the penalty flag will come out. That was probably a good job running that time by Menacucci. Kind of ran through Hirschfeld, who Jackson didn't have a great eye on where the ball was, and so Menacucci kind of ran through him. I don't know that Menacucci was going to get to where that ball ended up, but it was enough contact to draw that penalty flag. And so 15 yards and the first down. That's a big chunk of yardage in the field like this. So move it all the way to the 37-yard line of Centennial. 2:24 officially on our score clock. Leahy and Purchell out to the left. That's Hutton and Menacucci to the right. And now Purchell coming over in motion. He will set up to the right of the offense. Hendricks under center. Wants a little quick hitter for Feist. gets a couple and gets it inside the 35 down to the 34-yard line.
Tackle made by Bowers. Butsky.
Butsky and Bowers in on the tackle there for the Broncos. Second down and call it 8. Just a little over 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Out of timeouts are the Chieftains. 2 remaining for Centennial if they need them. So Hutton, along with Purchell, split out to the near side now. Hendricks, straight drop, looking right. Like triple pump faked and over the head of Purchell, incomplete. Third down. Well, it's a big game, and everybody knows it. Griffin Hendricks, though, that time, I think he went through 3 triple clutched. Did a 1-2-3 triple deke there. That's what it was. And couldn't quite pull the trigger maybe when he really wanted to. Good coverage by Foreman on Purchell that time. So it's third, and we'll call it 8 again. Hutton and Purchell to the near side. Minicucci and Feist in the backfield. Hendricks under center. Long count. Wants the quick hitter for Feist. Colton had that ball come out of there, and who gets it? Still loose, and it looks like Foreman's got it for Centennial, and the Broncos, they do. Reese Foreman comes up with a loose football, and the Broncos have got it back. So Centennial gets it back, and now the Broncos, with their passing game, they've got a minute and a half and a couple of timeouts to work with. Do we have enough gunpowder in Utica to keep the fireworks going? Foreman and Hirschfeld will split out to the right side. Ehlers will go in the shotgun with his backs on either side. Haberman, the tight end, on the near side of the formation. They will hand it off. Prohaska weaving his way over to the right side, picks up a couple, and he's still shy of the 30-yard line. Jay Smith, one of the defensive ends, in on that tackle. Clock rolling here in the first half. Centennial scored on 3 straight possessions before the last time they had it ended up in a punt. And perhaps, you know, this isn't really a fast offense with under a minute to go. Only takes 1 snap, I guess, but not a huge sense of urgency right now for the Broncos. No, they're going to hand it off again to Prohaska, coming near side. Jake runs over a man, but is tackled on the play by Ethan Abraham.
Abraham on the tackle, bringing up 3rd down.
And so it will bring up 3rd down and about 3. And the way Centennial has gone about this here, they probably look to be pretty happy with 21-12 and going into the halftime locker room. And it sure looks like it. They're probably going to burn this thing down and maybe take one more. They're working on the play clock right now. About to start that 5-second count at the very end. So there's 5, 4, 3. Get the snap off. Prohaska taking it out to the right side. Jake trying to cut up. He's going to have a first down here. But that is going to be the end of the first half. And it's a good one. The Centennial faithful cheering on their Broncos. The boys in blue lead it 21-12 here at the halftime break in Utica. A little rain falling in the first half. Didn't stop the Broncos too much at all. Halftime festivities are up next on Strive Sports Game of the Week in Utica.
The trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today. So we need technicians that can work on them and understand how to work the computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.
Yeah, I get it. For the little things. Technology's great. It makes things easier. It's faster. We can get things done wherever we go. And we get all that from our bank. It works for us. But for the bigger things, the things that really count, I still want to talk to the people I know and trust. That's why I'm here.
Halftime here in Utica for our Strive Sports Game of the Week. Centennial leading Yutan 21-12. Tony Chapman is up here with me now. Centennial starts with a great drive with a missed field goal. And come back and Utica, or excuse me, Utan, ends up with a big pass play, 58-yarder to Chase Burchell, ends up with a 4-yard touchdown. They led this game 6-0. 3 straight touchdown drives for Centennial. And then another big play. This was the 4th and 1 from their own 34. Get a 66-yard touchdown run for Utan. That came from Brian Hatton. A punt, a fumble by Colton Feist, and then the end of the half is how we ended this thing. We had some really good offense. And again, we said it at one point in that first quarter, and I will say it again here at halftime. I'm really impressed with the Centennial offensive line right now.
Yeah, I think if you're Coach Kleneski, they've controlled this game pretty much pretty much from the start. I mean, every offensive possession, I know they had one punt and then they ended the half, but every offensive possession they've executed fairly well, both run and pass. I have them, Eric, for 254 yards total, 150 passing for Wyatt Ehlers, only 7 completions, so big plays in the passing game, and then 21 rushes for 104 yards, and I think Jake Prohaska, I don't have individual, but about 80 yards, 82 yards, I think. I kind of ran up in there. And then if you look at Utan, 107 yards rushing on 15 carries. Of course, the big one, the 66-yard touchdown run. And then only 3 pass completions for 73 yards. So if you're Dan Krychak, Utan's got to be a little more consistent, I think, offensively. This first series here is a big one to see if we can get back in the game, because if you give the ball back to Centennial and then they score, now you're looking at a 2-possession game again. So if you're Utan, you want to try to stay in this thing and try to keep this as close underneath 10 points as you can. Maybe, one score, get it inside of a touchdown going into the fourth quarter.
Well, and that's why I thought that drive that ended up with a Colton Feist fumble was so important. I mean, things were suddenly moving for the Utan offense. The last time they had the big 4th down run for the touchdown, and they were moving it again, and then Feist with the rain, and now it's raining again here at halftime. It caused some issue. That ball gets just a little – it's not – and this isn't one of those big downpours that you go, oh, my gosh, everything's soaking wet, and you can kind of adjust for. It's almost like, oh, it's a little wet, and then by the time the ball comes slipping out of your hand, you're like, wow, who put Vaseline on the ball?
Yeah, and you can see kind of some wet spots on the field out there, even with, rolling when the band was out there. So, I mean, you can see that the field is wet, the ball is wet. It will drive the media guys who are trying to take pictures up to the press box. It's that kind of rain. It's not if you're just kind of watching it and you don't have to do anything, it's probably an okay rain. It's not too bad. But it's not a downpour. I would say it's a light rain. It's a little more than a mist is probably what I would call. So, again, if you're Utan, what did you find at halftime? It looked like there toward the end of the second quarter, they had a little success getting Minicucci out of the backfield. It was more of a single back with Feist kind of up kind of as a fullback, but a single back, and then trips when they get Purchall and Minicucci over there on either side. And so we'll see if they maybe try that set and try some run action out of it. They even, they ran Purchall in motion a couple times and tried to get him the ball on some run plays. So it'll be interesting to see how Utan attacks this Centennial defense here in the third quarter. And if you're Centennial, you just keep kind of doing what you're doing. I mean, you got to think that if they can get in this second half, if they can get 2 or 3 stops, they're going to be okay. They're going to be okay in this one. And with the PAT issues, again, for Utan, 1 touchdown might do this thing for Centennial.
Yep, already a 9-point margin. And I've noticed here, just as as halftime has continued, that breeze has freshened a little bit out of the southeast, too. So not just some rain, but a little more breeze. It's, again, like Tony said, if you're just sitting here watching a football game, well, you can probably deal with it. And you got to start making some adjustments, though, if you're playing. We saw the first kickoff once it started raining, Purchall slipped on his very first cut. So you got to adjust at some point. Not that guys have new spikes that they're changing into probably at halftime like they did back in the old days, but certainly some adjustment in how you place your feet. That's got to start to come to the forefront just a little bit.
Yeah, and as you watch this second half here too, ball security is going to be very important, especially if you're a Centennial. If you can get through this second half with no turnovers and a couple stops, you're going to be in really good shape to win this game.
Yep. Just don't hurt yourself at this point. And if you're Centennial's defense, if Utan can't score, they can't win, no matter what happens on your side.
Yep. Absolutely, and I think their defense has done, really a pretty good job. If you look at, what do we break that down, 180 yards of offense, and 2 of it is on, 2 plays have netted whatever 66 plus 58 is. That'd be 134 yards. So 134 of their 180 yards have come on 2 plays. So really pretty good for Centennial so far.
It's been a nice job so far by the Broncos, and we're just about ready for the start of the second half. And we will have it for you coming up next on StriveSports.com.
The trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today, so we need technicians that can work on them. and understand how to work the computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.
Yeah, I get it. For the little things. Technology's great. It makes things easier. It's faster. We can get things done wherever we go. And we get all that from our bank. But for the bigger things, the things that really count, I still want to talk to the people I trust. That's why I'm here.
We are just about set for the start of the second half in our Strive Sports Game of the Week. Thanks for coming right back with us. We had a little momentary glitch in the stream, but we are back and good to go. Centennial is set to kick it away to the visiting Utan Chieftains. Pretty good first half for both these teams, really. And we will see how the second half doth prevail. Cass with a kickoff. It is raining pretty good right now in Utica. This is Chase Purchell. Slipped down the last time he was on the kickoff return near side, and he's hopped out of bounds as he is just shy of the 30-yard line. So good coverage again for the Centennial kickoff team. So, yeah, rain definitely becoming a bit of a factor here. It'll be 1st and 10 for Utan. Sorry about that. Can't see a thing on the field, can you? But the graphic looks cool. Looks cool. So 1st and 10 for the Chieftains of Utan. There we go. Now I can hear myself. And it will be a Griffin Hendricks, the sophomore, back under center. We saw him replace Brett Hertz in the second period, and that's where he will start here. And it's Minicucci and Hatton. We're going to get a delay of game right out of the gate, I think, for the Utan.
Almost every time they've had a penalty on first down, they ran the same play. That was a toss up the
Delay of game is the call on Utan.
And so 5 yards back against the Chieftains, not where they wanted to start. Had a little different offensive formation that time. They had Blake Hutton, who had the big touchdown run in the second quarter, had him at fullback and had Colton Feist actually lined up as a kind of a wing a little bit behind right tackle. So almost a power eye type look with Minicucci deep in that eye then. Hendricks under center. They want Minicucci on the toss sweep to the right side. Looking to get outside. There goes Bryland with the speed, and he slips down. He's got a few yards, though, on first down. A nice carry for Bryland and Minicucci. Again, as the rain continues to fall, it's that field's going to get shinier and shinier as we keep going on. I apologize, folks. Our crowd mic was sticking far enough out. We're close enough to the rain. We're just kind of not really interested in ruining the microphone here tonight. So we've got the crowd mic basically here in the press box with me, so we don't get a lot of the crowd effects, if you will. Second down, and they'll call it 5 yards to go. Hendricks under center. Centennial again. Everybody up on the defensive front for the Broncos, and that time it got stuffed. First guy there was Gavin Avery. He claps his hands as he is excited to be tackling Brylan Menicucci before Brylan can get going. It's just a gain of 1, so 3rd and 4 from right at the 35-yard line. Just underway here. A little over a minute gone by in the third quarter. Big possession here for Utan. They had that a nice drive going towards the end of the first half that ended with a Colton Feist fumble. Colton is the fullback in a straight pro formation with Chase Purchell split out to the bottom of your screen. Menicucci deep in the backfield. They want Brylan off the right side. He evades one, lunging forward and then backwards. I think, though, he's going to have enough for the spot. The official on the far side running in looks like he's just beyond that first down marker. They're going to put the ball down, take a peek at the chains, and our head official says first down, Utan. That was a big run there by Menicucci. Slips off a guy that could have had him about 3 yards short of the first down and was able to wiggle forward and move the pile just enough for that first down.
They're running up to the line. They might go on sound.
Purchell split to the near side. Pierce out to the right side. And they want a quick pass. This is Purchell coming to the near side. Up for it. He got it. Holy cow. What a catch by Chase Purchell, the sophomore. Reese Foreman, that was really good coverage. That is a better receiver and one of the best ones you'll probably find, especially in C2 and maybe in the 11-man ranks in the state of Nebraska. Going up and high-pointing that thing for the catch was Chase Purchell. Remember that name, write that down. He's going to be a college recruit here in a couple of years, folks. I formation again for the Chieftains on the march here on their opening possession of the second half. Menicucci on the ISO play to the right, leans forward, gets it to the 40 of Centennial. We've called this name a lot, but Tyler Perry at center and middle linebacker making another tackle. He's a good one in there in the middle, stepping things up for the Broncos. They do a nice job with those big D tackles down there. We've seen Bowers make a few of those stops. We've seen Quinn Butsky as well. They do a really nice job, though, tying up the interior of the offensive line, and that lets a middle linebacker like Perry kind of roam free almost. And again, everybody up, everybody within 4 yards of the line of scrimmage here. They're going to try to get one deep. That's Menicucci out there, but the pass from Hendricks kind of thrown out of bounds, really. Tried to get Menicucci going on the wheel route, but it falls incomplete. 9 minutes to go here, third quarter. Centennial with 3 touchdown passes from Wyatt Ehlers, 2 of them to Jackson Hirschfeld. They cover 64 and 6 yards, and another one to Reese Foreman. That covered 15 yards. That was a really nice-looking throwback as they rolled to the left and then came back and threw all the way across his body back to the right side. This, though, is 3rd and 8 from right at the 40-yard line of Centennial. Hendricks under center. There's 10 guys within 4 yards of the line of scrimmage. Menicucci, though, gets a little seam, and he has got a first down. They're going to be right at it anyway for the Chieftains of Utan. I tell you what, you can run against a 10-man box. You're doing something right because, boy, everybody was up that time for the Bronco defense. And it is a first down. Stop the clock momentarily to set the change. And off we go again to the 32-yard line of Centennial. So a really nice drive. Tried to hit some passes, but it's been mostly on the ground so far, and it's been mostly Brylan Menicucci doing the carries for the Chieftains. Again, quickly to the line. This is Purchell out to the near side. Tight end, Adam Leahy, trying to figure out which side he's supposed to be on. Menicucci, no, that's Hutton, off the right side. He was trying to pick his way, and he did not make it. Centennial says they have come up with the ball. The officials say they have not. Prohaska makes the stop and actually had the ball for, well, when he came up, but apparently Hutton had been stopped down before that ball came free. It's 2 yards on the pickup, 2nd and 8 for the Chieftains. Purchell will split out to the right side. Smith and Leahy tight ends on each side, and an I formation behind Hendricks. 10 guys in the box again. Feist, the fullback, just lunging forward. Boy, you just gotta muscle your way when you're going against 10 guys right in front of you. Sometimes you just got to muscle your way through that and see what you can come up with. So it's 3rd and 4 or thereabouts upcoming. 7.5 minutes to go here in the third. Big couple of plays for both teams, especially though for Utan. Trying to hang around down 9 as we get closer to that midway point of the third quarter. Hendricks under center. Little counter play. This is Hutton near side, and he's got an opening. Excuse me, no, it's Menacucci at the 5, and he's got it for the touchdown. 26 yards for Brylan Menacucci.
Touchdown, Utan.
His 2nd touchdown run of the night, and a huge, huge, huge conversion attempt on the way. This was the downfall last week for Utan in their loss to Battle Creek of 14-12. Scored the same number of touchdowns as the Braves, but failed on all of the conversion attempts. So they will try to kick it this time with Blake Hutton, who I thought had the ball originally. No, that was Menacucci. Hutton will go for the kick. Snap was a little slow. Hutton's kick is off, and it is good. He snuck it in the right side. And so we've got 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Centennial 21, Utan 19. The Broncos get the ball for the first time in the second half when we come back.
The trucking industry gives you a lot of opportunity for careers because there's such a wide, vast list of possibilities and areas that you can go into. As technicians, these trucks are as advanced as cars are today, so we need technicians that can work on them and understand how to work a computer system and get them up and running so the customer can make money. These trucks are workhorses, but they're built for comfort and they're easy to drive. Freightliner builds these trucks for drivers' wants and customers' needs.
Brylan Menacucci, his 2nd touchdown run of the night. That one covered 26 yards. And with the kick good, makes it 21-19. Centennial on top of the Broncos to get the ball for the first time in the second half. Coming up. Deep kick, sideline, out of bounds again, though. Hutton's kick, boy, he's been trying to pin back there in the corner. He's been trying to pin Freeman back there, but hasn't quite pulled that off just yet. So it will be 1st and 10 for Centennial from their own 35-yard line.
After the flag, 1st down Centennial on the 35.
Quarterback Wyatt Ehlers over 150 yards passing in the first half, 3 touchdowns. 2 of them to Jackson Hirschfeld, who is going to split out to the left side along with Reese Foreman for Centennial. 1st and 10, and they want a little dive play, and that's the fullback, Gavin Avery, 138-pound senior that slips forward for a couple. Feist and Hutton in on that tackle for Utan. 2nd and 8 on the way. Have to let my scoreboard clock catch up. About 6:40 to go, actually, here in the third quarter. Again, Hirschfeld and Foreman out to the left side. split backs in the shotgun on either side of Wyatt Ehlers. He will hand it off to Jake Prohaska, kind of tiptoes his way to the line of scrimmage, but Utan there to close things up and doing it pretty well that time. And it was formerly quarterback, now defensive end, Brett Hertz, who was in on that tackle. So third down and a full 6, almost 7 yards to go here for the Broncos on their opening possession of the third quarter. As they ended that first half, punt and half, where there are only two of the 3 times they didn't score on a drive in the first half. But Utan showing some teeth here. Ehlers on the rollout, and it's tipped away. It's caught again by Ehlers, though. This is a live play. He cannot throw it again. Ehlers is stuffed in the backfield, and Utan is held on 3rd and long. It was Hertz that tipped it up in the air. Ehlers actually caught it. He couldn't throw it forward again, but he couldn't run. But Utan was there to snuff it out. Colton Feist tracked him down for what goes as a pass completed from Wyatt Ehlers to Wyatt Ehlers for a loss of 7. That makes the passing stats look a little funny, and it looks really weird on the play-by-play on the sheet is when it's done. But another punt, and they came after it, but Utan doesn't get to it. The punt will go out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark it. And they'll mark it at the 41. Our head official had no idea that ball went out of bounds, did he? Nope, we were running down the field. We were ready to go for the next possession. So Utan last time went 10 plays, 72 yards, and ended up with a touchdown. They will start with Feist in that little wing off to the right. Hutton, a fullback, and Minicucci, a deeper tailback, and Hendricks under center. Chase Purchell split out to the right side, and they will hand it off. Minicucci right side. Got a couple there. Never good when the tight end ends up on his rear end. Trying to block that edge, but good job on the defensive end on the far side out there. Actually, Purchell now coming back in, as they actually had split Preston Pierce out to the far side, had Utan last time. So second down, 7, almost 8 yards to go here. We're actually at 4.5 minutes officially on the scoreboard. I'll get that caught up hopefully here in a little bit. Purchell and Pierce now will split out to the right side. That's Purchell in the slot. I formation behind Hendricks. He pump fakes, wants to chuck it deep. Purchell is out there. He goes up. He high points it. He's got it again. Holy cow. Chase Purchell tiptoes and gets the feet in bounds. And now a late penalty flag comes down at the end of this one. And Reese Foreman perhaps didn't like the fact that that was called in bounds. They're going to call the catch first for Purchell. It's about his 3rd ridiculously good catch of this game. And then we might have an extra 15 at the end of this one against Centennial. So an unsportsmanlike called against Centennial. That is the official word. So it's a big pass play first, and then it's another 15. And this is prime time for Utan right now. Trailing by 2, but all the momentum on the Chieftain side right now. 1st and 10 with the ball spotted at the 20-yard line of Centennial.
Toss this way, toss this way.
Minicucci deep in the backfield. Toss sweep right side. Gets a block from Hutton. Cannot get away from Tyler Perry, though. Well, this kid comes down the line of scrimmage really well, filled it well that time, and makes a nice tackle on Minicucci. No dealing. Maybe even a loss of a foot on the play for Minicucci. Or an inch. Yeah, 2nd and 10. No nothing on that one. Ball on the far hash mark. Rain not falling currently here in Utica. It has fallen quite a bit throughout the evening, though. about midway through the second quarter, and a pretty good shower there during halftime and at the very start of this third quarter. Minicucci deep in the backfield. Little counter play coming near side, slipping back to his right. He will not evade the tackle, though, in the middle of that defense. Making that stop was Jake Prohaska, but it is a decent gain of about 5 yards, so 3rd and 5 still coming for Utan.
Avery and Prohaska on the tackle, bringing up 3rd down, 5.
4 down territory, it's either going to be toss.
3rd and 5. They will mark it at the 15. Need to get inside the 10 for that first down. That's Hutton, the fullback, and Feist is the kind of the wing to the left. Hendricks will give it to Hutton, the fullback. The penalty flag comes down right away. They let the play go, though, so we'll see what the flag is about. Perhaps an illegal formation? We'll see.
I would. It would be like 4th and 8. Ask him if it's like 4th and 8. I'd
Flag on the play.
So perhaps a decision here with the result of that play, and a penalty flag came down right away, but it wasn't enough to stop a play, so it wasn't a dead ball. But if you're Centennial, are you going to take 4th and 8, or are you going to take 3rd and 10? 3rd and 10 from the 20, or 4th and 8 from the 18?
It's either 4th and 5 or 3rd and 10.
So it's a procedure against Utan, but they are going to decline, Centennial is, and then actually there wasn't a loss. It was no gain on the play. So decline the penalty, and 4th and 5. So this is a big one here for the Chieftains of Utan. Hendricks will go under center. Minicucci dots the I. Keep an eye on Purchell to the left. Purchell trying to get away. Hendricks sets up, fires it near side. It is broken up by Freeman. And a turnover on downs and a huge stop for Centennial.
Result of the play is loss of downs. 1st down, Broncos.
Big one there. 1st and 10, Centennial. So the Broncos haven't had it very long. All of about 3 plays so far in the second half. Try to get that clock wound down there just a little bit as they get the chains set. Still a little hazy, but no rain falling currently here at Centennial High School. Haberman going to split out far to the left side. It's going to be split backs in the backfield, though, still with Ehlers in the shotgun. And he's going to do a little pop pass out in the flat, and that is Freeman, and he's got some speed down the sidelines before he's shoved out by Hertz. And it is 1st and 10 for the Broncos of Centennial.
Pirates on the tackle. Good gain on the play. 1st down, Broncos.
That's one way to get out of a little hole and get your quarterback in a little rhythm again, get him that short little bubble screen. And let the man go to work. Now they want a roll pass. Ehlers steps up in the pocket, giving chase, and wrangled down from behind. White Ehlers maybe did well. He actually may have gained a yard or 2 there. Coming up from behind, though, and actually coming up a little gimpy was Alan Leahy, the defensive end for Utan. And so Allen trots off the field, and Jay Smith will be his replacement. One thing that Coach Dan Krychak had mentioned in a couple of different publications and told us when we did Camp Confidential with the Chieftains a couple weeks ago, that top 11, 12, maybe 13 is really quite good. After that is where it starts to get a little dicey if you're a Chieftain fan. That's Prohaska off the right side, and he crosses the 35-yard line. Depth an issue for the Chieftains, and as you go through the season, boy, you can't afford injury type things. You can't afford guys to miss time during the week, and it really puts the onus on your young guys to try to get the best look to the varsity as they possibly can. So here it is, 3rd and 4 from the 35. They're just across the 35-yard line, but need to get to the 39. Do the Broncos. Ehlers in the shotgun. Pump fake. Throws it out in the flat and throws it over the head of Foreman. I'm going to get Reese's name by the end of this game. I am sorry. I don't know why. Apparently, I'm really excited for the Oregon game this year. That's the only thing I can think of. I'm sorry. Reese Foreman. Incomplete. 4th and 4. Minicucci back to receive this punt. No rush, and it's it's a really short kick. Out of bounds at about the 37-yard line.
Ball's out of bounds.
37.
So that is punt, half, punt, punt on the last 4 possessions if you're the Centennial offense, which has suddenly been stuck in neutral. About 36 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Only score of the period was that first possession for the Chieftains, a 26-yard touchdown run by Brylan Minicucci. He's got 2 of those here tonight for the Chieftains. So Hendricks will go under center with a receiver to each side. Tight end on the right and I formation behind him. Minicucci. Nice solid gain across the 40. And that is going to be real close, I bet, to probably will at this point end our 3rd quarter of play. So Utan does pretty good work controlling things here in this 3rd quarter. Actually, they might scurry up to the line and get one more play off here as Purcell comes out to the near side and Preston Pierce out to the right. Hendricks under center. Wants a little dive play, and that is Feist, and Colton is out into the open field. Look at Colton Feist. He's dragging guys, including Prohaska, down to the 35 of Centennial. And that is how we will end the 3rd quarter of play on a big fullback run by Colton Feist. End of 3 in Utica. It's Centennial 21, Utan 19. Number 1 versus number 4. It's everything we thought it would be. Come back for the 4th and final quarter after this.
Yeah, I get it. For the little things. Technology's great. It makes things easier. It's faster. We can get things done wherever we go. And we get all that from our bank. It works for us. But for the bigger things, the things that really count, I still want to talk to the people I know and trust. That's why I'm here.
I'm updating my stats.
Well, he's updating his stat sheet. That's a big number, though, you just told me just a moment ago for Utan in the 3rd quarter alone.
Yeah, 14 carries for 93 yards in that 3rd quarter for Utan. And Centennial had 7 plays from scrimmage. They got 1 first down. And so Utan really kind of controlled this thing. So Broncos need to buck up, if you will, and get a stop here. That was really bad. I apologize.
I said stampede. They were stampeding in the first half. It's okay.
Terrible. 35-yard line here now after that 25-yard run from Colton Feist. So big series here for both teams.
And as it's dry now outside, or at least falling from the sky, ground's still going to be a little wet, but this much better conditions for everybody.
Yeah, ball security is still important, but you're right. The ball's probably not quite as wet as it was the beginning of this half. And what I've really noticed that Utan's doing is they're running the clock down on almost every play to try to shorten this up.
That is Feist off the left side. Colton still wiggling his way. He's got 10. He's got right at first down yardage there for the Utan offense. Going to be real close to it anyway.
On the tackle.
Maybe 9 or so. But a nice run on first down no matter what for Colton Feist. Let's call it 8.5, almost 9. Let's call it 9. And this is, well, they're all important, right? Leahy is back in there. We saw Allen go out a few plays ago, but he's back in there at tight end on the right side. They wanted an ISO play. Then that is Feist again, and he's tripping over guys now as he gets into that second level. And suddenly we are seeing Utan do what Centennial was doing in that, especially the second quarter, which is really get off the ball and get downfield to that second level and maybe not get the greatest blocks, but boy, they're getting in the way of those guys at the second level, which makes it a whole lot easier if you're a running back to run behind guys that are creating you a gap. ISO play, Minicucci left side. He gains just a couple. He is shy of the 15-yard line. He'll be about the 17 is all he gets. Is good tackle there by Gavin Avery on the weak side of the defense. 2 yards there, 2nd and 8 upcoming. Centennial, number 1 in Class C2 as rated by the Omaha World Herald, and Utan, number 4 in C2. Despite the loss last week to Battle Creek, by all accounts, that was a fantastic game that Utan perhaps outplayed Battle Creek. We're seeing maybe a little bit of that here tonight. Hendricks on the option, tried to cut it up, and Centennial sends him backwards. Big stop there. Sam Elgert was in on the tackle along with Jake Prohaska. No gain. It's 3rd and 8 for the Chieftains. Tell you what, we got a lot of people standing along the fence here in Utica tonight. It's a fun atmosphere. 3rd and 8 for the Chieftains. Griffin Hendricks, the sophomore quarterback, under center. Keep an eye on Purchell. He's to the top of the screen. That's where they're looking. Quick pass. Purchell incomplete. Broken up again. Beautifully done by Reese Foreman. Those two have had some battles tonight, and I tell you, both have won their share. Purchell's going to end up with a decent night, probably, if you're looking at his catches and yards. But there's been plenty of opportunities out there as well, and Foreman has more than held his own more often than not. Big one here, though, 4th and 8. Can the Centennial defense hold on downs again? They did it last time from a similar position. That is Pierce and Purchell split out to the far side. I formation behind Hendricks. Leahy, the tight end on the right. And a penalty flag. That, I think, looked like Utan was out of the gate a little bit. Might have been Leahy, the tight end, actually. Might have gotten out of that stance just a little quick. And it's a procedure against the Chieftains. So 4th and 8 is going to become 4th and 13.
After the penalty, 4th down and 13. Timeout.
And we're going to get a timeout for the Chieftains. So 9.5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. This is fun. Come on back.
Nova Fitness Equipment of Omaha has provided the very best weight room, track and field, and sports surfacing products for over 30 years in Nebraska. They provide Cybex, Matrix Fitness, Vertimax, Tough Stuff, Pro Elite, Stairmaster, York Barbell, Troy Barbell, and UCS track and performance products. From rubber flooring, strength equipment, cardio products, and sports performance accessories, Nova Fitness Equipment has what you need to make your athletic program successful. Contact Nova Fitness Equipment today at their home office in Omaha or online at novafitnessequipment.com.
As we come back here in the 4th quarter on 4th down and 13 from the 22-yard line, putting this at the 29, this could be a 39-yard field goal attempt for Blake Hutton. So let's keep an eye on this. A 39-yard attempt. Hendricks the holder. High snap. Hendricks gets it down. It is no good. Missed it to the left. Had just enough leg, I think, but hooked it just a little to the left that time. And so they missed.
The Broncos take over. 1st down.
Missed 39-yarder, and now Centennial will get it back after they've gone punt and punt. 7 total snaps for the Centennial offense here in the second half. So looking to get something going. And if you go back to the end of the first half, their last 4 possessions have been punt, end of the first half when they were really just running out the clock, punt and punt here in this 3rd quarter. So now we start the 4th with their 3rd possession of the half. Wyatt Ehlers will go under center. 2 receivers each way. Drops the snap. It's loose.
Fumble on the play.
And Utan's got the football. It's Hutton, comes up with it.
First down, Utan.
So Yutan gets it right back on the drop snap. 8 total snaps now in the half, and a turnover and 2 punts to go in those 8 snaps for Centennial. And Yutan, with all the momentum on their side, has it 1st and 10 from the 20 of the Broncos. Griffin Hendricks under center. Fullback dive, Feist. He's tripped up. Really nicely done there on the defensive line that time by Quinn Butsky. We've called his name a few times. He kind of came over the top, and the big fellow was Bowers along the bottom side, just making a pile. 1 yard for Feist on the play. It's 2nd and 9.
Second down and 9.
Sam, yeah. Sam at the A.
From the 19, Pierce to the near side. That is Purchell out to the left with Foreman on him. There's the counter play. There's Menacucci into the secondary. He's at the 10, and he's down near the 5-yard line. That'll be 1st and goal, Utan. Boy, that counter play, it takes a long time to develop, but Utan has ran it very well tonight. Is Danny Langsdorff watching this game? ISO, 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 counter. Yes, that's a beautiful thing. Coach Dan Krychek likes that play a lot. 1st and goal for the Chieftains with 8:40 remaining. Back to the I formation. Leahy, the tight end on the right side. Hendricks under center. Menacucci, low, lost the ball. It's loose, and Hendricks jives on it. But a big loss all the way back to the 13-yard line. Boy, Prohaska was close to getting that. Not sure if Hendricks went the wrong way or kind of looked like maybe the sophomore turned the wrong way right after the snap that time, but it's still 2nd and goal, but back to the 13-yard line. Again, the matchup I'm going to keep mentioning, Foreman trying to cover Purchell. They're out to the left of the offense, and that is where Hendricks is looking. Little stop route, back shoulder, caught, Purchell, touchdown. No, he's out of bounds. Oh, he's out of bounds short of the goal line. Short of the goal line. It's 3rd and 1 at the 1. Boy, I thought when Purchell spun up, he was going to be in bounds, but nope, he is just shy of the goal line. It is 3rd and goal. But boy, this has got to be Colton Feist territory, right? You're literally you're a foot away from the goal line, and you've got 2 plays to get it. We'll see if the Centennial offense can. I know. Can they buck up and do it again? I'm sorry. Can they bow up and do it again? Well, we're going to find out after a timeout for Utan coach Dan Krychek. Does not want to spoil this opportunity. Centennial 21, Utan 19. And, oh, we got a fun one when we come back. 3rd and goal from the 1.
Yeah, I get it. For the little things. Technology's great. It makes things easier. It's faster. We can get things done wherever we go. And we get all that from our bank. It works for us. But for the bigger things, the things that really count, I still want to talk to the people I know and trust. That's why I'm here.
So we are back here in Utica. 7.5 minutes, actually 7:46 officially on the clock. Utan Howe has taken 2 timeouts. So they've got 1 remaining. And a big one here. 3rd and goal from about 1.5 feet away from the end zone. Hutton will be the fullback. Feist as that wing to the right side. Menacucci the tailback. A sneak. I got it for the touchdown. It's Griffin Hendricks on the score. And a big conversion coming up now. Utan with a couple of scores here in the second half. They have taken the lead 25-21. So a 4-point margin now. Get the 2 to go up by 6. So this is a big one. 9. Hendricks. Yeah. Griffin Hendricks with the quarterback sneak there to give Utan their first lead since it was 6-0 back in the first quarter. 3 receivers to the near side. That's Minicucci in the slot to the tight to the formation, and Feist in the backfield. Hendricks under center. And a quick drop pass. He was hit right away, and it's incomplete. A great blitz that time from Tyler Perry for Centennial, and he hit Hendricks as soon as he threw it. And so the conversion fails, but it leaves it. Utan 25 and Centennial 21. Chieftains take their first lead since it was 6-0 back in the first quarter. Tony, are you still updating things? He's updating Twitter. He'll be with us in a moment.
If you need, Oakland Craig is leading Battle Creek if you're a Utan fan. 21-13. Oakland Craig was up 21-0 in that one. Battle Creek is now climbed back in it. There's 6:01 left in that game.
Nice. Elsewhere around Neb Preps land, we got anything?
We're looking at Omaha North beat Omaha Central 62-0. I just saw that Grand Island defeated North Platte. They defeated North Platte 41-0. That was the halftime score.
We had seen Millard West was up on Millard North.
Yep, Millard West was leading Millard North 28-10 last we saw. Let's get the Hastings beat Schuyler 42-3. Giltner leads Pleasanton 44-6. That's a game on the Strive Network there. The Nebraska City Lords beat Sterling 44-14. Just a few of them.
Yep.
Get this kickoff.
We'll get this kickoff from Hutton going now, and it will be fielded by Foreman. Reese, got right in the middle there and got pulled down. Pretty good tackle, actually, there by Cole Egger. Pull him down, and it will be 1st and 10 for Centennial. The offense for the Broncos, 8 plays, 1 first down, and 1 fumble the entire second half. It's a deep breath time right now for the Broncos. Time to put it together and get something going. That running game had been so good in that second quarter, they were just kind of continuing to grind first downs out. They will hand it off. That's Prohaska. A play they ran plenty of times, especially that second quarter. Picks up about 3. I don't know who 66 is out there. I don't have that on my roster. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. It starts as a 3-man front for Utan, and it quickly morphs into a 5-man front or maybe a 4-man front, depending on what your offensive formation is. Goes to a 5-man front. Ehlers on the drop. Pressure. Hits. Incomplete. Boy, Haberman was open. Heyerts came off the edge, though, and planted Ehlers in the backfield. Well, boy, right away they were going to call that complete, but yeah, Haberman did not have that. So it's going to be 3rd down and 7 here for Centennial. Hirschfeld has been eerily quiet since that opening period. Ehlers is looking that way, though. Fires it. It is over everybody's head, though, and incomplete. The closest guy to it was 87 in white. Actually, 81, I should say. Preston Pierce for Utan was the closest guy to that football. And it will be 4th and 8, and that is another 3 and out. So 3 and out. 3 and out. This is about to be 1. About to be another 3 and out. And that's a punt off the side of the foot. Way out of bounds. So 44-yard line is where they will mark it. So Utan with the lead and the football now. That Centennial defense has been out there a while here in this second half. Haven't been able to play much offense. Can the Chieftains lean on them a little more? Feist will go to fullback. Minicucci the tailback. Griffin Hendricks the quarterback under center. Some movement up front, no penalty flag though, and Minicucci slips off the left side and gets it right to the midfield stripe. He picks up 5 yards. Prohaska in on the tackle, along with Butsky. Taking their time at the line of scrimmage. Dylan Hendricks under center. Wants the toss to Minicucci. Looking for a block. Got it. Got a first down. Slipping forward and into Bronco territory down to the 43-yard line. Jake Prohaska in on the tackle. And again, Utan, the benefactor of being able to work as much clock as they want. The moon has nearly popped out here in Utica as it had been raining off and on throughout the night. Hendricks, ISO play. Minicucci left side, got a couple there. And he gets it to just inside the 40-yard line. And it's Avery and Prohaska in on the tackle for Centennial. But the more this clock runs, the less it becomes the friend of Centennial. About 4 yards on that pickup, so 2nd and 6. Pierce split to the near side. Purchell far side for Utan's offense. Everybody up. Here comes the counter from Minicucci. Slips through a hole in the line. He's into the open field and down to the 21-yard line. But a penalty flag sits at the 33-yard line. So I don't know that all of this yardage is going to count. We might be getting about 8 yards from Minicucci and then backwards 10. A block in the back, a hold actually, against Utan. So wipe off the really good run by Minicucci. And it's going to be forward 8 and then backwards 10. So effectively 2 yards back from the 40. Move it back to the 42, and it's going to be 2nd down again here. So 10 from the spot, and back we go.
The wider you get, the bigger them gaps are going to get in the middle.
Hendricks gives it to Feist, to the big fullback. Hit quickly that time and taken down. A good job by Caleb Cast from his defensive end spot. Kind of collapsed things down and makes the stop on the big fullback. It's 3rd and 5 and a couple of big plays coming now for both these teams. If you're Centennial and you get a stop at 3rd and 5, Utan might be looking to punt. If it's 4th and 1, you never know. Feist the fullback, Minicucci the tailback. Pierce split to the near side. Purchell out to the left. ISO, Minicucci. He's shy of the first down, but he's only got about a yard to go. Minicucci on the carry. Tackle made by Cast. There's Cast again in on a tackle. So 4th down, a long one as the ball is shy of the 35, and it needs to get all the way to the 34. So about a yard and a half to go here. Purchell comes out, and this is a big one. The Chieftains are going for it. Pierce will split near side. Hutton the fullback now. Feist will go to the wing. 4th and 1.5 yards. Hendricks under center. Everybody up for the defense. Hutton stuffed in the backfield. Centennial will hold on downs. And they blew it dead. Hutton came out of there, but they blew it dead. Then the Broncos do indeed hold on 4th and 1. So Centennial takes over with 3:24 left. And the ball in pretty good field position at their own 38. 2 timeouts to work with. I'll get my clock as good as I can to the official one. Listen to my voice, though. That will be the more official clock. We are good to go. Centennial 3 timeouts. Utan 1 timeout. Ehlers in the shotgun. Nothing has gone right for the Bronco offense in the second half. Ehlers comes up. Heierts takes him down. Maybe a loss on the play. Now the Broncos got to go fast. 3:10 officially on the game clock. 2nd and 10. And again, taking a while to call the play from the sideline, even with all of the signals. 2:52, 2:51 officially on the game clock. Don't look at my score clock here. Ehlers looking left the whole way. Now pulls it down. Now looking to run around. Fires it right side. It's caught. Foreman's got it. Tackled inbounds. Great open field tackle on the far side out there by Preston Pierce for Utan. Shy of a first down with 2.5 minutes to go. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 from the 43-yard line. Got to get all the way to the 46. 3rd down. 2:20. Ehlers in the shotgun. Over the middle. Caught by Haberman. 1st down, Centennial. Officially 2:13 on the game clock. Still all 3 timeouts for the Broncos. They wind the clock on the ready for play. Ehlers, pump fake. Looking over the middle, it is caught by Hirschfeld. He is just shy of a first down, so the clock will continue to roll. Purchell makes the stop. That's Hirschfeld's first catch since maybe the first quarter. Gain of 9, 2nd and 1. We're under 2 minutes to go. 2 receivers each way. Hirschfeld and Foreman to the bottom of your screen. Looking right, though. Will fire it deep. Haberman, the intended receiver. Incomplete. Pierce broke it up. Preston Pierce was on the coverage out there. Knocks it away at the last second. It's 3rd and 1 with 1:34 to play in the ball game. All 3 timeouts for the Broncos. Hirschfeld and Foreman going out to the right side. Haberman, the receiver on the near side. 3rd and 1. Ehlers on the sneak. He lost the football, and Avery falls on it, but it's going to be shy of the first down, and that clock is still rolling now. And it's 4th and 1. Coach Kleneski wants a. What, did he call the timeout? He does. Game clock says what my clock says. That's 1:16. Now, if they adjust it, I can't really. But that is the first timeout taken by Centennial. And they have got 4th and 1. They might have lost about 6 inches on that one. Second time that Ehlers has bobbled that snap.
Okay, 125. Got it.
Well, we thought that 1 versus 4 might be kind of good. Tony, good call on this one. We figured this one would be an okay kind of game. Probably one of the best ones we've gotten to call, actually, on the game of the week, right? So Centennial will have 4th down, a full yard to go against a Utan defense that has played awful well in the second half, but Centennial has definitely made their chunks here on this particular drive. Coach Kleneski going to bring out Prohaska now, along with Avery in the backfield. Foreman out to the right, Hirschfeld to the left. 9 guys in the box for Utan. Prohaska got the first down. No timeout, that the clock will start for the ready for play. A game clock says 1:20, so mine is a little off. We set the change, now the clock rolls. Ehlers takes a snap, looking right the whole way. Pressure comes, darts back to the left, has a little room, looking for a block, gets the sideline, gets out of bounds. Really well done that time. And a nice block by Max Tomes on the near side to give his quarterback the room to get out of bounds and save a timeout. Officially a minute 2 on the game clock, but it does go for a first down. Centennial trying to drive. They got the stop on 4th and 1 and took over on this drive with 3:24 to play. Now Coach Kleneski out to talk with his quarterback Wyatt Ehlers and give him the play. Two receivers each way. Ehlers looking right, quarterback draw. Got a great block on the edge. Spins upfield, and he's down near the first down, actually. He is just inside the 15, and we're going to get a stoppage on the clock, officially at 53 seconds here. Second and a long one. Timeout for Centennial here. So both teams now with 1 timeout left and 53 seconds to go. All we ever wanted in a game of the week was to have a really good game. Yeah, Tony's going down. You better go down. Tony, we need video of this if it goes great. Just saying. How's it going?
Good. How you been?
Just calling a game.
You're just all over the place. Basketball.
Right. So how about 2nd and 9? Wyatt Ehlers did it all with his arm in the first half, but it's been a couple of timely runs here on this drive. One, a scramble play, and he got a nice block from Tomes and was able to scamper out of bounds, and then the design quarterback draw that just picked up 9 yards. So 1 timeout remaining each way, and Centennial needs the touchdown for the lead. Ehlers, straight drop, now rolls, looking, fires in the corner, incomplete. The call right away, incomplete. Pierce on the coverage of Hirschfeld. How about that? My clock says exactly what the score clock, well, all right, I'm 0.3 of a second off. I ain't moving it. 3rd and 1, 46 seconds to go. A timeout in the pocket for Centennial. Ehlers looking middle, now looking left, wide open, Avery, touchdown! Broncos score! 15 yards. Gavin Avery floated out of the backfield on the left side and was wide open in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown Broncos. How about that? The extra point kick from Cast. Got it. That makes our score Centennial 28, Utan 25. And with a little over, officially on the game clock, 41 seconds left, Utan's going to get one more crack at this thing. But what a game this has been here tonight. Wyatt Ehlers, so quiet in the entire second half, comes through in a big, big way with a couple of timely runs, and then gets the touchdown pass to a wide-open Gavin Avery from 15 yards out. Becomes Wyatt Ehlers' fourth touchdown pass of the night, 3 of them in the first half. And perhaps the most important thing in this game, though, Centennial 4 for 4 on extra point kicks, and Utan has converted 1 extra point kick, missed 2 kicks, and failed on another 2-point conversion. So again, the Chieftains are conversions away from being right there with games on the line. Chieftains saw this happen last week. They scored the touchdown with under a minute to play, only to see their conversion fail. So now Centennial will kick it away to the very dangerous Brylan Menacucci and Chase Purchell. Cast will do the honors. High to the far side, Purchell settles under, slips for a moment, fields it at the 15. Hurdles over a guy and gets it out. So 1 timeout for Utan. They start this drive with 37 seconds left from their own 32. And 1 timeout left.
See what their formation is. If they go gun doubles, if they go in doubles, I would.
3 receivers, Menacucci, Pierce, Leahy, all out to the right of the offense. That's Purchell by himself to the left. Hendricks, the sophomore, wants a quick pass. Now has pressure, down he goes! A sack for the Centennial defense and a timeout for the offense of Utan. Butsky in on the tackle. Final timeout of the game taken here by Utan. Not that anybody's looking to next week, but I'll mention it while I can. Centennial goes to Palmyra next week, while Utan travels to Loganview. It's a tough schedule again for Utan. Lost to Battle Creek last year, lost to Centennial in the regular season. Lost to Wilbur Claytonia, but those were the only 3 regular season losses. Ended up in the playoffs, and we all know beat Centennial in the first round of the playoffs of last year with the Broncos as the 1 seed. Ended up in the semifinals. So this is a Utan team that's not going to go anywhere, no matter what happens in the final 31 seconds of this game. So Griffin Hendricks, the sophomore quarterback, will settle under center with 3 receivers to his right and Chase Purchell out to his left. Straight drop, just chucks it. Purchell is out there. He cannot catch up to it, though. It's incomplete, and it's 3rd down and 15 with 25 seconds officially left. It's like this is exciting or something.
How about the game? Tell Tomes to get back. He was within 9 yards. Oh, I can't do that.
3rd and 15 with 25 seconds to go and no timeouts for Utan. From their own 28. Hendricks, quick drop. Again, wants the deep route. Nobody's there. It is almost intercepted. Max Tomes had a crack at that, but 4th and 15 now. And is upcoming. So it's been chuck it deep, chuck it deep, chuck it deep on the first 3 downs, and you've got 4th and 15 for the Utan offense. Centennial trying to solidify a 2-0 start and a #1 ranking in Class C2. Showed a lot of grit despite most of this second half not going their way to come back with a touchdown drive last time they had it. This is your game, folks. 4th and 15. Hendricks under center. Looking to his right now. Pressure comes. Lobs it. It's a duck. It is intercepted. Hirschfeld's got it. Centennial's going to win. But a penalty flag. Personal foul, roughing the passer on Centennial. The game is not over. Roughing the passer. It's 15 yards. It's an automatic first down. And Utan has a glimmer of light. That clock didn't stop real quick, though. It says 10 seconds. Out there on the scoreboard. So if that's what the officials go with, looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. So it's maybe at most it's 2 plays now. You can see how much time this has taken me just to catch up. So you've got, at most you've got 2, but you probably just have 1 play here unless there's another defensive penalty. So they'll move it out to the 43-yard line. They're 67 yards away. '57. Here it is. Hendricks with pressure just lobs it. It's way short of everybody. It is intercepted. Gavin Avery's got it for Centennial. Down he goes. The Broncos are going to win with .8 on the score clock. How about Gavin Avery gets the go-ahead touchdown on the catch with 3:24 left, and then with .8 officially left, he gets the game-sealing interception. 1 victory formation snap, and this one will be in the books, and what a game it was. Final count, Centennial 28, Utan 25. It was all we thought it might be in our channel, in our Strive Sports Game of the Week. What a fantastic job by both these squads here tonight. Tony's down on the sidelines. We might ask him a question or two. We'll try to get Coach Kleneski down there, maybe even Wyatt Ehlers in our post-game coverage here on Strive Sports. This was a lot of fun, though, tonight. Centennial wins at 28-25. Let's do the scoring recap for you. Take you all the way back to the first quarter. Utan led it actually after their first drive. Brylan Menacucci had a 4-yard touchdown run that capped off an 80-yard drive. The kick, though, was no good. Made it 6-0 Utan. Centennial answered right back. 1-play drive. Jackson Hirschfeld, a 64-yard touchdown catch from Wyatt Ehlers. That kick was good. Made it 7-6 Centennial. Remember the kicks. Then it was Reese Foreman on the next possession for Centennial, getting a great throwback pass from Wyatt Ehlers. The catch was good, the kick was good, and it was 14-6 at the end of the first quarter. Centennial kept going, though. Hirschfeld, the 6-yard touchdown catch from Ehlers in the second period. The kick was good, 21-6, and it seemed like at that point that Centennial was going to up and run away with this thing. But Utan, not to be denied. On 4th and 1 from his own 34-yard line, Brian Hutton goes for 66 yards on the fullback dive, but the conversion was no good after that touchdown, and the score was 21-12. We would end up with that as our halftime score. Right out of the second half, though, maybe right at the end of the first half, a punt by Centennial and then basically running out the clock to end the half. Didn't take a ton of momentum into the locker room. Utan does take some momentum into the locker room. They come out with a 10-play, 72-yard drive to start things up in the third quarter. Brylan Minicucci with a 26-yard touchdown run, his second of the night. That kick was good, made it Centennial 21, Utan 19. The teams would trade punts and turnovers on downs. Utan would miss a 39-yard field goal that had the leg just hooked a little bit to the left side. Then, after a fumble for Centennial, they had gone at that point 8 plays, had 1 first down, and had 1 fumble that was covered up by Hutton. It was Hendricks that would cap off a touchdown drive with a 1-yard quarterback sneak. The conversion, though, would fail and would leave it 25-21 Utan. Again, those conversions are very important because after a 3-and-out by Centennial, Utan gets 4th and 1 with about 3.5 minutes to go and gets stuffed. So Centennial takes over with 3:24 left in the fourth quarter on their own 38-yard line with 2 timeouts, and with 41 seconds remaining, they get a touchdown pass. 15 yards from Wyatt Ehlers to Gavin Avery. The kick was good, and that made it 28-25. That becomes our final score after the interception by Avery to seal things up there with about 0.8 on the official clock. So 28-25, your final score. Both teams 4 touchdowns. For Utan, it's exactly what happened last week. You get the same number of touchdowns, the same number. Turnovers become a little bit of an issue, but not a huge deal. But again, it's the conversions that Utan is essentially they're 4 conversions away from maybe being 2-0 themselves at this point in the season. Instead, they're 0-2, just like last year. Centennial, though, they are 2-0. And like we said, they will be on the road. Both these teams will be on the road next week. Centennial goes to Palmyra, and Utan goes to Loganview next Friday night. So 28-25, Centennial with the victory over Utan. We will have much more in the rewind tomorrow morning on StriveSports.com. Tony Chapman will write about this game and have some recaps from some other games across the state. There's some good ones here. But this one might have been the best one in the state tonight. It was lived up to the billing of 1 versus 4. Centennial still number 1 in Class C2 as they defeat number 4 Utan 28-25 in our Strive Sports Game of the Week. My name is Eric Allgood. Carson was up here doing filming. Awesome job, Carson. Thank you very much. Thanks to Tony Chapman down on the sidelines as well. And thank you for watching us here this evening on Strive TV and all of our Strive channels. Had over 20 games on the network tonight. Thanks to everyone who tuned in and watched a contest. My name is Eric Allgood. We say good night from Utica. The Broncos of Centennial winners over Utan 28-25.